Hello, it's good to see you. Welcome back to the channel. Today we got a rebuild. It's going to be a long rebuild. So we're going to break it up in what I'm thinking to be 3 chapters. This is chapter 1. We got to get rid of Brett Favre. Not for anything that he's done recently, but because we are putting all of our eggs in the Aaron Rodgers basket. Now, because Brett Favre at the time was a legend, highly respected, everybody knows what he did for the Packers, we would try to honor him, send him to a team that, was good. So we're going to send him to the Baltimore Ravens. He's out of the conference, out of the division, and we get a first, second, and fourth round pick for him. So I felt like this is probably a realistic deal if you were going to do a deal back then, back when you drafted Aaron Rodgers. So that's what we're going to do. All right, we're putting all of our eggs in the Aaron Rodgers. Hopefully it works out for us. Ahman Green, 92 overall. He will be a nice piece to get rid of as well, but I think we might hold on to him because Aaron Rodgers will need some type of help. Javon Walker, as of right now, is our best pass catcher. How long is he going to stick around? Is he going to be happy? So on and so forth. And that will matter for this rebuild, all right? I'm not just going to sign whoever. Now, during the free agency process where teams are bidding for players, I'm going to go after anybody that I can. But during the periods where guys are kind of guaranteed to re-sign with us or sign with us, we're not just going to be able to sign any and everybody. It would have to make sense for the player and for us, from the player's standpoint and for us. If they have no interest in coming to us, I'm not going to offer them a contract. And again, it will be like different, stipulations and so on and so forth. But what I'm trying to say is, and I'll show you guys an example here very shortly, we're not just going to do things like how you can normally do things in Madden. We're going to try to make this ultra realistic, kind of. It's still a video game, right? Anyways, man, we will be moving away from Ahman Green. We'll be sending him to the Denver Broncos. We're also going to send a 7th and a 6th round pick. We're going to get a 1st and a 3rd round pick back. You can only have 10 draft picks. With the 3 we got from the Ravens, that would give us 10, so I had to give up 2 to get 2, all right? Eddie George. He's pretty interested in coming to the squad, but I was like, we are no longer a Super Bowl contender. If we still have Brett Favre, then fine. You can see right there at the top, team talent, that's pretty high on his important list, and we don't have that talent. Everything else is pretty solid, but the talent aspect is not there. So we're not going to sign him, but we do need to have a running back on the roster, and Jackson is like, I'm happy to come. Look at his bar. His bar's like all the way up, so I'm like, okay, cool. We'll grab Jackson. He does not care about team talent, as you can see. So that's an example of how this is going to work. Sometimes I will have to sign somebody even if they're not really excited, just because it does make sense, so on and so forth. So the Ravens kicked our tail. Monday Night Football, primetime, probably the highest rated primetime television program in history, right? Brett Favre taking on the Packers. It wasn't real life for Sunday night. It might have been for this here for Monday night. So surprise, surprise, Aaron Rodgers did not start in this game. They do have position battles, and I forgot to change it back because clearly Aaron Rodgers lost the position battle, and there you have it. Jamal Lewis, excuse me. Please forgive me. Jamal Lewis, he carried the rock almost 600 times. So obviously, he's the reason that the Ravens are good. I mean, Brett Favre obviously is helping. But my gosh, he almost ran for 3,000 yards, bro. That's ridiculous, man. So it will be the Ravens and the Falcons in the Super Bowl, and it will be the Ravens. So Brett Favre gets ring number 2 on his finger. But he wasn't the main reason. 1 touchdown, 1 interception, completed 50% of his passes for 158 yards, while Jamal Lewis, 34 carries, $172, averaging 5.1 yards per carry. Absolutely filthy. So we need a new offensive coordinator, right? So why not go with Schottenheimer? And then I was like, okay. We got him for special teams. Let's get Shea for offensive coordinator duties. I messed that up. I signed Shea to special teams, and then I came back, had to do it all over again, as you can see. Richardson, Neal, Strong, and the fullbacks are leaving. All the fullbacks are like, we see the writing on the wall. Let me get my stimulus package, and I'm leaving because the NFL is no longer going to use fullbacks or power backs as Jerome Bettis decides to hang it up as well. So does Trent Green. Trent Green, he decides to retire. He was the best quarterback that retired. So when it comes to free agency, Bubba Franks, things couldn't get much worse is what he said there. So I'm like, okay, we're probably not going to re-sign him. And obviously, I could throw big money at him, and he will probably change his mind. But another example, I'm gonna let him test free agency because I think he would do that, looking at the status of our team, and maybe we do re-sign him. So these are the first 3 picks in the draft. We have the 4th pick. Those guys look to be beastly. We went with Brown, tailback, 83 overall, 88 speed, 88 agility, 86 break tackle, 93 carry, 69 catch. He's a solid looking running back out of South Dakota State. 22 years of age, 226 pounds, 6'1". Not bad. Big Willie Rotullo, I believe, from Utah. 209, 6'1". I mean, he looks to be solid. We got another safety, free safety in the first round. Last pick of the first round, thanks to the Ravens. They won the Super Bowl. Who knew it would suck? Hey, if draft pick sucks, he's a safety from Auburn. Harvey from Mississippi State, 6'1", 248 pounds. He is our first pick of the second round, age 21. These guys are young, as they should be. They're rookies, right? Then we got Southeast Missouri State. Got a big D tackle in Collins, 6'6", 362. And he has decent speed. Hunter at linebacker, 81 speed, 74 overall, 84 agility. Not great, but not bad. Madden 06, rookies came in with pretty high overalls. Anything mid-70s and below is kind of lower. Anything 75 and above is pretty decent good. Pretty good. Pretty decent and good. There you go. Right guard, Brandon from South Dakota State. And he's a big boy at 321. Halfback from Georgia Tech. We got in the 4th round, last pick of the 4th round, 91 speed. Looking to be a decent backup running back. Then Ambrose, 78 overall for our 5th pick. I believe that's our last pick of the draft. So our last pick of the draft turns out to be pretty solid at 78 overall, 91 speed, and he's 6'4". What more do you want? Crumpler is going to sign with the Steelers. We ended up getting Bubba Franks back. Crom Buckhalter is also going to come to the Packers. Chris Hope to the Cards. Hill to the Packers. These are the guys that we went after. Timber Tay going to Seattle. Davis, he's going to the Panthers. We did sign Courtney Brown, and we signed Big John Engelberger, I think so. I don't know. Forgive me or shoot me, whatever you want to do. We went after Sean King as well. He's not signing. Carpenter, he's not signing. Crocker, he's not signing. Brown does sign. Okay, so does Big Tony and Big Tucker. Okay, left tackle, right tackle. Try to get Tony Romo to come to town to be our backup. That did not happen as well. And yeah, we're just filling out the roster. That's what we were doing, just filling out the roster. We did get Big Danny. He's going to be our backup for how long, I don't know. He's kind of up there in age. We're also going to get Tim Hasselbeck. And this was one of the things I was looking at. The one thing that he wanted was icon on the team. We do not have that. It was about 6.1 importance on his thing. And it's like, yeah, who cares? He was about the money. We paid him. He's here. There you go. He's looking for a chance to just get paid. So Brown, up to 83 overall. 93 carry, 86 break tackle. Gonna bump up that agility, and now he's an 84 overall running back. That's what I like to see. And Rodgers gonna mess with his awareness. His awareness already went up and down. I gave him awareness for year number 1. I didn't show it, but I gave him awareness for year number 1, and it went back down. So that's going to be a little bit of a tricky situation. Collins, pass rush as a D tackle. I like to see that. We're going to bump up his acceleration. Why not improve on his strengths? And then Carroll, he is an 80 overall cover corner. Going to give him a little bit more for his catching. Don't want to drop no picks. Javon Walker, who's still in our future plans, man. Like, we're going to get you right. 97 overall catching ability, all right? So these are the guys on the roster. This is how everything's shaking up. Walker is our best player as of right now. My morale is lower than it should be. And I see that, and I'm like, but he's a big piece. I do not want to miss out on signing him. So we will sign him. And I did not say this, but I'm planning on re-signing 2 guys in season. So if doesn't really matter how they feel. But then again, I thought about it, and it's like Javon Walker probably wouldn't sign with us, because it said even after we signed him to that contract that he's fine for now. Like, what the heck does that mean? Like, I love this. I love Green Bay. I couldn't be happier with the Packers organization. That's what I love to hear. We're going to give him a 2-year deal. Probably should have gave him longer, but it is what it is. And we go 6-10. We go 6-10. So I'm already thinking, okay, Javon Walker is not happy. Another blowout to end the season. The freaking Seahawks killed us, 52-6. We finished 3rd in the North. Rodgers, his first year starting, 16 touchdowns, 21 interceptions, sacked 67 times, man. Karan Butthalter, he was our starter. You know what I'm saying? So we missed out on a year of developing Brown because, again, I forgot to go through the depth chart after the position battles were set and done and won. And there you have it. Javon Walker, he's going to the Pro Bowl, though. He is going to the Pro Bowl. Ambrose, decent year with 22 receptions. So I can start to see us taking steps in the right direction. I really, really could. Collins, 10 sacks his rookie season. That's not bad at all. Not at all. Fox, 5 picks his rookie season. Again, not bad. Rotolo, 3 for him. Like, let's go, man. Let's go. LT is your MVP. What else is new? Followed by Jamal Lewis. Defensive player of the year is Morris. Lewis, rookie running back for the Titans. He wins it. Vickers, rookie safety for the Jets. He wins it for the defense side of the thing. Then LT, best running back. Peyton Manning, best quarterback. Harrison, best receiver. Like, we know the names, and we know how this thing goes, okay? The Lawyer Malloy, best DB. That's great. Coach of the year, Jim Mora Jr. The Colts, they beat the Bills. The Giants, they fall to the Eagles. The Broncos, they fall to the Patriots. And the Saints beat the Seahawks. Pats over the Chargers. Saints, they fall to the Falcons, Ravens over the Colts. So Patriots, Ravens, Eagles, Falcons. And yet again, it's the Ravens and the Falcons. But this time, the Falcons get the job done. They get the job done. Brett Favre, 15-25, 130 yards, 0 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Mike Vick, 144 yards passing, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. And Brett Favre has had enough. Is he telling the truth? Is he telling the truth this time? Are you staying retired? In this game, he is staying retired. Obviously, now you might see him as a coach somewhere down the line, but as of right now, he's done so in the NFL. So we will re-sign Ambrose. He was on a rookie deal. In that deal, when you're a late round draft pick, is a 1-year deal. So I figured he showed enough potential and he wants to come back. So let's bring him back. Like this guy, the Packers and I are pretty good. So, you know, I like pretty good. It's a great no, but pretty good I could take. So here are the first 3 picks of the draft. Here's pick number 4, a big running back, 205 from Arizona State to go play for the Steelers. Bush gonna play for the Raiders out of USC. Bush out of USC. Really? Are we in the Matrix? Are we in the Matrix, man? Robinson out of, I forgot what it said, but he's a Dallas Cowboy receiver. And then left tackle right there. And now we will move on from Javon Walker, because I do think that in real life, he did move on in real life, but I'm just saying I don't think he would have signed that contract with us. Maybe he was all about the money. I don't know. But if you want to win, you're not sticking with us. So we do sign Anthony from Kentucky, 175 pounds. Not the biggest guy in the world, I know, but we did sign Ambrose last year, 6'4" receiver. We drafted him last year. So I'm like, okay, we can make this work. One small guy, one tall guy, build your receiving core like a basketball team. A couple of tall guys, a couple of small guys, fast guys, possession guys. Do it like that. You feel me? So the rest of the draft, pretty average. Pretty mediocre. Not the greatest draft in the world, but also not bad. So we will, we went after these 2 guys, left guard and center. We got them to sign. Are they the biggest splashes? No. Donovan McNabb is a free agent, 99 overall. He did not sign with anybody. And I don't think he's going to sign with anybody. So as of right now, he's a free agent / retired. We could see him again, because if he doesn't officially retire, he'll be back in the free agency pool next year. But like a 99 overall quarterback just sitting on the market, and what the heck is Philadelphia doing? Like, why wouldn't you re-sign him? Like, you know what I'm saying? He's far from being done. He's on the cover of this here game that we're playing. So Ashley Lilly, he is moving on. So is Carson Palmer. Carson Palmer is on the Broncos, believe it or not. Isn't that just crazy? So there goes the rest of the quarterbacks and where they signed. Tim Rattay on the move yet again. Now he's playing for the San Diego Chargers. Sean King is now with the Oakland Raiders. And there you go. Brown, look at you. You're getting a little bit better. 87 overall, not bad. Ambrose, 82 overall, not bad. Collins, 84 overall, not bad. Fox, 86 overall after we upgrade him. 87 overall with 99 acceleration. My strong safety, Big Willie Rotolo. 85 overall for him, and Aaron Rodgers. Like I said, the awareness goes up and then down. So I'm like, let's change it up. Let's go accuracy. Let's go accuracy because we are tied with Aaron Rodgers for the whole life of this. Okay, the next 15 years I'm thinking he's going to give us. He's like 24 right now, I want to say. Quarterbacks kind of retire in between 34 and 38 years old. So we're going to play his whole career until he retires. Until he retires, we're messing with Aaron Rodgers, man. So the Ravens, without Brett Favre, still win the North at 14-2. We are last in the NFC North. Rodgers, 18 touchdowns, 24 picks. Not great, but it's his second year as a starter. His rookie year, he was sitting. Third year in the league, his second year as a starter. Not bad. 34 TDs, 45 interceptions are his total. Brown as our starter, over 1,300 yards rushing. Donald Driver, over 1,000 yards receiving. Ferguson with 5 touchdown receptions. So, again, an up and down season. 212 tackles for big Nick Barnett. Like, do your thing, boy. Do your thing. Do your thing. And he's also tied for the most interceptions with 5. So, he had a phenomenal season. LT's the MVP, Offensive Player of the Year. Defensive Player, your boy, Nick Barnett. You love to see it. He's going to cost us a pretty penny because he has to stay. Like, he has to stay. He has to be in our plans forever, ever. Maybe not forever, ever, but like forever, ever. So, LT and Felipe win best for their position. Then you had Torrey Holt for receiver. And then there goes Nick Barnett again for linebacker. And then your coach of the year, Coach Moore, the longtime assistant with the Colts, is now the head coach of the Chargers at 14-2. He did his thing. He did his thing. He's well deserving. The Texans beat the Jaguars. The Skins beat the Seahawks. The Bills beat the Browns. And the Cowboys fall to the Rams, I believe. No, the Cowboys beat the Rams. Cowboys lose to the Saints. Chargers beat the Texans. Vikings over the Skins. Chargers over the Bills. They spanked them. And then the Vikings win versus the Saints in overtime. See, when you don't got Brett Favre, you win that game in overtime. Vikings win the Super Bowl versus the Chargers. Look at that. I spared you, Minnesota. I spared you. I spared you. Okay? We let him go. We signed him to the other team. We traded him to the other team wearing purple. All right? Steve Mariucci says his golf game might be better. I doubt it. I doubt it. Trent Green. We need a whole new staff. Head coach, offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, especially we need a whole new coaching staff. All right? So we're going to sign our offensive coordinator first. Why? Quarterback 92. And it's all about Aaron Rodgers. He could be a quarterback guru. 2-year deal to be my offensive coordinator. Thank you, Trent Green. Let's do this thing. New England head coach out there to go coach Indy? No. You're coming to Lambeau, Bill. You're coming to Lambeau. Not to be special teams head coach or, to be our head coach. Not special teams coach, but our head coach, Big Bill. Okay, New England head coach. Come here. Bring it on home, Bill Belichick. Bring it on home. Yes. Can we? He's going to cost us forever. Like we finally got him to sign, but we got him to sign. That's all that matters. And then Jim Johnson, bruh. You know I need that defense. Bill does defense too. Hopefully the two of y'all can get along. Don't butt heads. But yeah, let's get a deal done, Jim. Okay, Jim Johnson not going to take that deal. Will he take this one? Yes, he will. Congratulations. And then it's a tradition. It is a tradition on this channel and on my second channel. You get Tom Rathman. We love fullbacks. You get Tom Rathman, one of the greatest receiving fullbacks of all time. All time. As a bunch of fullbacks are retiring. Eric Moulds also retires. Isaac Bruce of the Chargers is retiring as well. He made it to the Super Bowl but lost to the Vikings. That sucks. We're missing Brown and Cannell and But Tim Hasback wants to come back. He says he loves this place. Why? Because we pay him. Because we pay him good. And he's like, I need the money and he loves it here. I'll bring you back. Roman's like, unless things change, I might become a problem. You're already a problem with that attitude. Not going to re-sign you. So those are the guys that we are getting rid of. All right. So here we go. Rookies. That's the first pick. Michigan left tackle. Okay. For the Titans. Michigan left tackle for the Titans. Okay. A quarterback from Auburn for the Panthers. What is going on? We must be stuck in the matrix, man. So our first pick, we go with Jordan, cornerback from Utah, 5'11". Not the biggest guy, but not the smallest guy. He's not like a Smurf. 5'11 is decent height. You know what I mean? I would say above the 10. 5'10 is decent. 5'11, you're creeping up to, above average height for your cornerback. All right, we go with Taylor, halfback, 4th round pick out of Miami. We go with Bryant Lowe to be our right guard. Otis to be our receiver. 7th pick is a kicker that's 54 overall. He is not going to be our starting kicker. I shouldn't even drafted you. My gosh. We went after Suggs, did not get him. Got Scobie, 88 overall kicker. That's my starting kicker right there. All right. These are the guys that we were able to sign. These are all of the targets, though. And yeah, wasn't great, but wasn't bad. When it comes to the free agency, though, I think the Browns won that thing. 2 99 overall players are going to the Browns. Plus Terrell Suggs. Okay? As you see, Donovan McNabb, he is signed with the Texans. So Texans, you got yourself a quarterback. Joey Porter is now with the Cowboys. You got Kurtz with the Jags. Greg Jones going back to the Jags. Like, Westbrook is going to the Steelers. What a crazy universe we live in. What a crazy universe we live in. Deuce Staley's still out there. Maybe we would sign him, but I like our running back. Brown has actually turned out to be a pretty good running back, pretty beastly out there, if you ask me. Jay Foreman, he is moving on to the Patriots, and there you have it. That is free agency. So we do need a quarterback. We're gonna bring in Collins. He wants us to have an icon on the team, as you can see right there. It's at 5.2%. Again, all the quarterbacks wanted that. We needed one, so that's what we did. And now we're going to go get Santana Moss. He's creeping up on 30 years old. Is it worth sending a first-round pick to the Skins as we get a 3rd or 4th in Santana back? I'm not quite sure. But I feel like we had to do something, man. We got to do something. Like Green Bay's called Title Town in the NFL. We got to get there, right? We got to get there. So Ambrose, 84 overall. Our guy, though, is Brown. Brown, our first pick of this rebuild, he's turned out to be pretty freaking solid, if you ask me. So we got bronze. And this is why I don't go back into this and try to up what I just did. Because we have 1 point. And now if we get bronze again, we'll get 2 points. You think, oh, well, that's easy. Just do what you just did. I'm trying to do what I just did. It's not working. It's not working. To get bronze was 13 seconds. We're at 16. 17, 18.2. All he can do is hold his hips. That's all he can do, and shake his head. Yeah, I'm with you, brother. I'm with you. Wendell, I like this guy, though. 80 overall linebacker. Jordan, 80 overall. Right now, we bump up that catch. 81 overall. Cornerback, not bad. And Mr. Rodgers, holding strong at 83 overall. Let's bump up that accuracy again, and we're up to 88. And we still finished dead last. This is the most frustrating rebuild I have ever done. The Titans one, the last one I did with the Titans, that one came close. But that was 10 years jam-packed in one video. This time we're spreading it out, okay? We're spreading it out just a little bit. But for the first time in his career, more touchdowns than interceptions. 18 touchdowns, 17 interceptions, 1,300 yards for Brown. Yet again, 5 TDs. Not a bad look. Santana's going to the Pro Bowl. So we gave Rodgers a Pro Bowl caliber receiver, and he matched that. He did that. He done did that, okay? We might need some more help. I think we will need more help. Barnett, 224 tackles. Ridiculous. Barnett, 8 sacks. Harvey also had, 7 sacks? Barnett with 4 interceptions. Like, he is just a man amongst boys out there. Like, he really, really is, man. Jordan was tied with 10 broken up passes. There goes your MVP, was McAllister. Defensive player of the year, Barnett, bruh. He's messing around trying to be a J.J. Watt. Can he go for 3 in a row? I'm not sure, but we're going to try. We're going to see. Hopefully it works out. So now we are entering year number 4. But let's check out, actually, year number 5. That was year number 4. We're going into year number 5. So we're going into our last few paragraphs of this chapter. Divisional round. Chiefs fall to the Ravens. The Rams beat the Cowboys. The Patriots, they beat the Colts. What else is new? The Falcons, they put hands on the Detroit Lions. The Ravens over the Patriots. The Rams fall to the Falcons. Another Falcons-Ravens Super Bowl, and the Falcons win this thing. My gosh, Kerry Collins couldn't get the job done for the Ravens. Not surprised there. But hey, They did go 9-7 in the regular season, so to make it all the way to the Super Bowl, that's a good look. Jamal Lewis, 32 carries, a buck 141. Dick Vermeil is going to call it a career. I'm not cut out to be in the NFL. Maybe not no more, but you were. You're one of the best coaches to do it. Lovie Smith, I know I can at least leave with my dignity. Whatever you say, bro. Whatever you say. Fred Beasley, 98 overall, is going to retire. You know you leave the game on top when you're 98 overall. Still, Priest Holmes, he's going to bounce. Derek Brooks made it to the Pro Bowl. He's gone. Ty Law, he's gone. Work done. He's gone. There's about to be a whole bunch of generics in this league in a second. And that's what we want, because it's all about Aaron Rodgers, all right? So we will sign Collins. He's a restricted free agent. Do not want to see if he's happy or not. You're staying. Sucks for you. That's a contract you signed. You're a restricted free agent. You're going to stay with us. Bubba Franks, let's do this again, shall we? I hate this place. He's like, no. He's like, no, we're not doing this again. Okay. Well, what about you, Hunt? Hunt, I hate this place. Okay. Enough said. You hate it. Okay, I'm right on the borderline, but that means you're gone. If you're on the borderline, that means you're gone. Now, maybe in the future, if somebody's like that, I'll work with them. Because maybe this season, like, in real life, Debo was on, like, the borderline because he wanted a new contract and he deleted all his posts. And I don't know why players do that, but hey, they do it. But yeah, but he did resign, so obviously players can go from unhappy to happy, yada, yada, yada. But yeah, so things are great. I love Green Bay. I love that. Keep that attitude. This person loves Green Bay too. So come on back. Yo, come on back. Kenyatta Harris, come on back. Fox, he's like, do you hear those grumblings? I was going to resign him. But it's like, I don't like hearing that stuff. Like, don't talk about how you grumbling and unhappy, all right? So because we traded for Santana Moss, we do not have our first round pick. It would have been pick number 4, I believe. So with that 4th pick, the Skins picked receiver Xavier Woodson. So they replaced Santana Moss with the receiver. That's what you're supposed to do, obviously, right? But that does suck because we're still at the bottom of our division. And a first-round pick, top 5 first-round pick, probably could have helped us. But Santana did help us. But the question is, how long is Santana going to be Santana Moss? So hopefully he could still be that guy for a long, long time, because the way that we've been drafting, like we haven't had bad drafts, but we haven't really had that particularly good draft. That first one was good though but we had 10 draft picks. We had 3 in the first round. Obviously that's going to be good. We got both 2 of our free safety and strong safety. Got Brown and we got Collins in that draft. That's good. But those guys haven't quite hit the 90 overall mark, except for Brown. Brown might hit that thing here pretty soon. So pick number 23, middle linebacker to the Minnesota Vikings. Safety out of Iowa going to the Saints. Then we have a running back out of Ohio State going to Detroit. Then we got a cornerback out of Ohio State going to Indy. Dallas Cowboys, they pick up a left guard. Right tackles going to the Chiefs. These are all the picks in the first round. I figure I'll show you them all. They have their replacement for Steven Jackson, who is a free agent. They drafted him, pick number 29, I believe. Hall, left end, going to the Ravens, and receiver out of Ohio State going to the Falcons. Our first pick number 4, second round, left guard, 81 overall. Not bad. Another low, Adam Lowe. We just drafted a low last year to play right guard. We have another one here. Hopefully it works out. Hopefully these guys don't get worse. Because a lot of these guys in the 3rd round, they might come in as this tight end comes in with a good rating, but it doesn't go up. They just start to regress. And I guess like that does happen when somebody comes in their rookie year, they're really, really good. And why? They were training for the combine, so they're in really, really, really good shape. And then their second year, they fall off because they weren't training as hard because they just got paid, and then they're done. And that does happen, and that might happen here with this franchise. But look who we done got. 94 overall fullback, Johnson. 94 overall receiver, Andre Johnson signed with us. Like he signed with us. We gave him a crazy signing bonus in 7 years, but he signed with us. We had to do it. We had to do it. And we get this left end, who was 80 overall, who I think will be decent. Our D-line is not that great. Outside. Defensive ends, they're not great. D-tackles, pretty solid. Defensive ends, not so much. So Kevin Mawai, he was the highest overall guy. He ends up signing with the Falcons. We got our guy, so I'm happy about that. I am happy about that. Dominic Davis is going to play for the Chiefs. David Carr is a Raven now. Steven Jackson is a Houston Texan. So the Houston Texans looking good. They also got Walker right there. And they're going to get that left guard right there. So Houston trying to make some noise, man. They got Donovan McNabb, Steven Jackson. You no longer have Andre Johnson, though. I don't know how you let him walk. But we know that sometimes Donovan and star receivers don't get along. Just saying. 90 overall is Brown. Let's bump up that break tackle and bump up agility. He's now 91 overall. He's a power back now. Rodgers, 83 overall. Awareness still going down. Let's get that accuracy up to 90. And let's just see what we can do. Week 1, we beat the Niners, 38-17. Rodgers had a decent day. Brown, 24 carries for 130. We beat the Bears. Rodgers, 19 of 27. Again, not bad. And now we're 2-0. 2-0. Things are looking up. Andre Johnson kind of having a slow start to the season. We lose our first game. It comes at the hand of the Seattle Seahawks. We lose by 7. It was tied going into that fourth quarter, and then we blow it. Then we come back and lose to the Browns at home. And we just saw they had a crazy offseason. Or 2 years ago, they had a crazy offseason. So I mess with the running back sliders. I want my number 2 back to get a little bit more carries because I see that Brown is a workhorse. 30 carries again, though. So, hey, whatever. But we do beat the Vikings. We're 3-3. Then we lose to Detroit in Detroit. That sucks. It happens, though. The Lions are 2-4. We are 3-3. We come back, we had a bye week, and then we played Detroit again, and we beat them this time in Lambeau, and we had to come back. We were down by 10. Rodgers led a comeback on 2 drives, 2 scoring drives, and we win, thank goodness. So defensive stats look like this, man. Couple of sacks, couple of picks. Not crazy, but decent. We also have Ryan Clark, who I signed before the season started. He has a pick as well. We faced his old team, and we beat Pittsburgh, and that's huge because Pittsburgh was 6-1. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, we about to lose this game, but we didn't. And then we beat the Panthers. We were losing that game as well. We came back and we won that thing. So Rodgers proven to be clutch. We do lose to Philly, 14-11. Dogfight type of game. Again, those things happen. We go to Minnesota and we beat the Vikings in Minnesota by 3. Solid day. Brown, 30 carries, 111 yards. Santana Moss, 5 catches for 76 yards and 2 touchdowns. Then we go on the road and we lose to Arizona. In Arizona, we were up by 2 scores, and they freaking drove 80 yards in 5 plays and then 94 yards to win the game in 9 plays. And yeah, to give up that many yards on a drive where they had to score a touchdown is pretty flipping ridiculous. Then yes, Jamal Lewis with 53 carries, 277 yards. 53 carries? Are you kidding me? We lose to the Ravens yet again. It doesn't matter if they have Favre or not. Then we come back, we beat the Bengals. So, if we win this game, our next game, we're going to the playoffs, and we lose it to the Bears at home in Green Bay. We lose it. So now we have to win this game, or we will not make it to the postseason, and we beat the Rams. You should never let go of Steven Jackson. You have Steven Jackson, you probably win that game because you saw what he did. You saw what Jamal Lewis did. And I'm not saying that Steven Jackson and Jamal Lewis or either one of them are the same, but they're both good running backs. So maybe if you have him, y'all win. But y'all lose, and we are going to the postseason for the first time as we win the North. The Cowboys win the East, the Saints win the South, and the Seahawks win the West. Good looks all around. The Ravens win the North, the Jaguars win the South, the Bills the East, and the Chargers the West, the Patriots and the Houston Texans, who I said was going to be good, and they are good as I make it to the postseason. Those are your wild card teams. Rodgers, not a bad year. Turned it around big time. Way more touchdowns than interceptions. And we got up to 1,700 yards for our man Brown. 8 TDs as well. Passing or receiving numbers, let's take a look at that. Santana, 87 receptions. Andre Johnson, 66. 8 TDs for him, 14 for Santana. Nick Barnett, man, 217 tackles. An absolute land shark out there. Collins, he had a tackle for loss and 7 sacks. Newberry led the team with 8 sacks. Rotolo, I'm going to keep saying it like that because I don't know if I'm saying it right. 3 interceptions for him, 6 by Fox in the contract year. I should have been stubborn and re-signed him, but I'm going to see what I don't know. I might let him test free agency and try to re-sign him there Because if his morale is low, I want these guys to be able to test free agency. Because I think in real life, if your morale is low, are you really going to stick with the team that you feel like doesn't value you? I'm going to say no, right? Whether it's playing time or the team just sucks or it's a money situation, whatever it is, I do feel like at some point you're just going to bounce. So I'm going to let these guys test free agency, and then maybe we'll see what happens during that period of time. Because if I just sign them right after the season, they're going to sign with us no matter what the contract. Most of the time what the contract is doesn't matter. So hey, it is what it is. So can we win at home versus the Skins? The Bills, they move on. The Seahawks, they lose. The Chargers, they're moving on. And the Packers are moving on too. Yes, that's right. 24-13. Yes, sir. Brown, 26 carries, 101 yards. What about for the divisional round? The Ravens are moving on. The Cowboys, they are not moving on. The Falcons beat them. The Bills beat the Jaguars. And the Packers on the road to take on the Saints. We lose to the Saints. 16-35. Aaron Rodgers, 12-24, 1 touchdown pass. Not the greatest day passing, just completed 50% of his passes. Brown got shut down, 25 carries, only 85 yards rushing. So yeah, not the greatest day in the world. And Santana, 2 catches for 11 yards. So yeah, that's not going to work. The Ravens lose to the Bills. The Falcons beat the Saints. The Falcons are going back. The Falcons are dominating. They're dominating. 20-13 is the final in the Super Bowl. That's going to do it for Chapter 1. Chapter 2 will be dropping pretty soon. And then, again, it's probably going to be 3 chapters. Yeah. So hopefully we can get back into the playoffs consistently in our next episode. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope that the rest of your day is the best of your day. Peace, love. Peace.